Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be focusing on the top 5 weapons from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War that you should be ranking up right now to get ready for the integration of Cold War, Modern Warfare and Warzone all coming together, which will be kicking off on December the 10th. These weapons are naturally pretty good, but I've selected them purposefully to be good potentially within Warzone at longer range kills on a bigger map with more health, and obviously you'll need the guns to be ranked up to get the better attachments to really slay out when Cold War weapons are brought into Warzone in just a few weeks' time. If you watch this video, have a look underneath the video. If the subscribe button hasn't been clicked, click it right now. This is my COD dedicated channel, and I'd love you to come along and join the fun. And whilst you're down there, hit the like button as well. Show some love and support to the channel. You guys are killing it at the moment, and I've spent a lot of time playing Cold War this weekend to put this video together. Don't forget, you can pop in code ALLIE in all caps on the Warzone store as well to help support me if you're picking anything up. It will disappear every 2 weeks, so keep on popping it back in just like these guys. Thank you so much. So, number 1, you probably know what I'm going to say here. It is the MP5. Arguably one of the most dominant guns in the game for Cold War at the moment. Out of all of the SMGs, this gun is seriously good. We know the MP5 is already really good for Modern Warfare in Warzone as well. So this is going to be a big head-to-head battle between two juggernaut SMGs when they're both put into Call of Duty Warzone. If you did not know, if there are two weapons that are the same in Cold War and Modern Warfare, both variants will be available to use within Warzone. You need to rank up the guns just like we did in Modern Warfare to unlock all the attachments to carry across into Warzone. That's why this video is going to give you the weapons that you should be focusing on right now, so that when integration to Warzone kicks in, you're ready to go. The MP5 in Cold War has already been deemed one of the best guns in the game, with a really good damage output, high fire rate, super low recoil, good hip fire, and you unlock it really early. There really isn't anything going against this weapon. It is fantastic. Initially, with the integration of Cold War into Warzone, we'll still be using the old perk system, kill streak system, equipment system from Modern Warfare. So the likelihood of you running an overkill class will be quite high. So having an SMG and an AR, or a sniper and an AR combo, is going to be super common, just like we used to within Warzone. And if there is even a slight chance that the Cold War MP5 ends up being better than the Modern Warfare MP5, you are going to want this gun ranked up because it already dominates Warzone, and this is going to be used a lot. Obviously, with it being an SMG, you're going to want to focus on those close range attachments to maximize the damage output where you're really close to people. And it's going to be interesting to see how the stats of the weapon and the feel of the weapon translates over to Warzone, because technically Cold War is built on one engine, Modern Warfare and Warzone are built on another engine, so everything's going to have to be ported across. There's potentially going to be some slight differences. We'll have to see. And of course, as soon as Cold War Warzone kicks off, I'll be covering it here on the channel. And number 2, a burst fire weapon. Now, burst fire weapons, I don't believe has been too popular at all within Warzone, but within Cold War, there are some absolute bangers. A lot of people love the M16, and I have ranked it up quite a bit, and I do really like it. It is a great AR, especially at range, and can 1 to 2 burst people really well. However, unlocked after that is the AUG in burst form, and I believe this to be the better version of the 2 bursts that are currently really good within Cold War. It has better hip fire accuracy. Not that you want to be using it in that situation, but if you are in that situation, it is going to perform better. I feel the increased fire rate and attachments to make the fire rate even faster as well means that you can take down enemies quicker and more effectively with this gun. A slow burst where you have a lot of dead time in between each of those bursts you're firing off will lead to you having a stray bullet come in between towards your head and will take you down, which is obviously not what we want here. And another massive positive for the AUG is the fact that the ADS time feels a lot slicker, a lot smoother, and of course the most important thing, faster than the M16. So if you are caught off guard and you do need to aim down sights as soon as possible, you'll be in a better position to do that with the AUG. I feel like the 2 bursts with the AUG was super consistent. The red dot sight on it is really, really clean, and I've been absolutely popping off with this weapon recently. I cannot rate it enough. You may have heard of the M16, but trust me, AUG, go and try it. I prefer that one. The only thing I'll say here is that the Cold War maps are very small. And we've got to remember, Warzone is far bigger. You're going to have plates on. Everyone's going to have a lot more health. And the M16 does feel slightly more consistent at those longer ranges, which will come into play when it comes to Warzone. That's why I've kind of covered both of them here. Pick your favorite, give them both a go, and then focus on that one, because a burst AR in Warzone could be super dominant very soon. At number 3, we're going to be looking at an auto assault rifle here. Auto ARs within Warzone are super dominant and have been favored for a long time now. The M4, the Grau, the Kilo. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not too sure how these Cold War weapons are meant to compete with modern day weapons like that. But as I said, we'll still have to see how these weapons feel once they're integrated over to the Warzone engine that the game is actually built upon. Anyway, we do need an automatic rifle to take over to Warzone from Cold War. And I was really looking forward to unlocking the FAR, which is basically the FAMAS from Black Ops 1. And I was a little disappointed. Don't get me wrong, in multiplayer, in Cold War, the FAR, the FAMAS, is really good. The iron sights are super clean. It feels like more of an SMG AR hybrid with a really fast fire rate. But as a trade-off, the damage per bullet is a little bit lower. And if you're not on target all the time, your time to kill will drop rapidly and you can be outgunned, which is why I actually think the very first AR you start with, the XM4, is really good. And I would equate that to like an M4 from the Modern Warfare series. It's super consistent, the recoil's really low, a little bit stronger than the FAMAS, and it does its job of being an AR better than the FAMAS. So I believe you should focus on ranking up this within multiplayer. If you do have another preference within the automatic assault rifle category, feel free to focus on that. I mean, there's some really good weapons. The Creed, for example, they're all great, but the XM4 with the silencer, red dot, faster ADS time, bigger magazine. Once this thing is pimped out, it is so strong, and I feel like it's going to be a very dominant weapon within Warzone as well. I did jump in and play a little bit of Fireteam Dirty Bomb, which is sort of mini Warzone experience. I covered it when it was in beta form as well for Cold War. You obviously got the plates to put on, the bigger maps, and the longer range engagements, and the XM4 was performing really, really well. So definitely keep it ranking up. Have a look at those ARs. One of these will be fantastic within Warzone, and the XM4 is my bet as to which one is going to be best in Warzone. At number 4, do not overlook the secondary weapons. Within Warzone, shotguns have been utterly dominant, and within Cold War, the secondary weapons have seen the return of shotguns falling into that category. But we should not overlook them. We know in Warzone, the R09, the Origin shotgun, they're just disgustingly dominant, and I knew there would be another one, or I believe at least that there will be another one from Cold War, and the Gallows shotgun, which I used a lot as well within the beta for Cold War, is so good. So I've been focusing on ranking up my primary weapons initially, and I jumped on to get some gameplay of the Gallo, or like the Spas shotgun, and as level 1, so no attachments, jumped into some free-for-all, went on some pretty nasty streaks. This gun is going to be a very good overkill shotgun AR, shotgun sniper combo, however you want to run it, to replace your MP5 or replace the SMG that you would often run as your close range weapon within Warzone. This Gallows shotgun has really good fire rate, nice hip fire spread, good range for a shotgun as well, and if you're just getting into people's faces, this thing is going to work extremely well. Do not overlook the fact that it is a secondary weapon, because shotguns are just generally really good anyway, and what you'll probably find in Cold War at the moment is that not many people are running shotguns because of the fact that they're a secondary. Everyone's focusing on their primaries, their SMGs, their ARs, whatever else they want to do, and are forgetting there are some seriously strong shotguns in this game. So you can win those close range engagements so much easier because there aren't many other people running around with a shotgun as well. I'm going to continue to rank this thing up, and I know that when it's got suppressor on it, increased range on it, maybe even better fire rate, whatever else you can chuck on this thing, it's going to be fantastic. And if you do it as well, we're all going to be ahead of the curve for when these shotguns go into Cold War, because no one else will have ramped them up. At number 5, so one thing that I feel has been continuously overlooked only until recently in Call of Duty's history has been LMGs. Even if we go all the way back to COD 4, the RPD, the guns are absolutely melted. But obviously they do have downsides. You move a little bit slower, the ADS time is really bad. However, they have really shone in the recent year during Warzone, with many LMGs being utterly dominant within Warzone. Low recoil, high damage, these things can blast through a full squad of people, as your magazine clip is also giant as well. And as a result, I've been taking a look at the LMGs, and the Stoner, the very first LMG you unlock, looks extremely solid. Now, I can't lie, when you use this thing at level 1, it's going to feel a little bit awkward. The aim down sight time is very slow, and the iron sights aren't the nicest in the world. However, I just unlocked a few attachments, a red dot sight, literally just the bare basics, and this thing was outgunning so many weapons. In gunfights where I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to win this, I may die. No, I was coming out on top. It is an utter melting machine. The great thing about these LMGs is got low recoil, and if you're keeping your sights up, you just literally point and shoot. The high damage, the fast fire rate, as long as your sights are up, you're in a great position. This starts falling behind compared to the other weapons. When you're trying to use it too aggressively, you're always going to be outgunned in a close range situation against like an MP5 or a normal AR, as they can ADS a lot quicker than you. And of course, be careful when that mag does finally run low, because the reload time is going to take a long time as well. You're going to be a little bit slow when it comes to moving as well, but I feel this is going to be an extremely strong weapon in multiplayer and Cold War, especially in Warzone. Get this gun ranked up. It is insanely good. So those are my recommendations. If you've got any other recommendations, let me know down below. Between now and December the 10th, we do have the new Nuketown coming to Cold War, which I'll of course be covering. I'm going to keep on checking out more weapons, keep on ranking up more weapons. If I find anything else that I feel will be great within Warzone or is great within Cold War itself, I'll cover it here on the channel, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to pop in code Allier. You can check out my Allier merch, link down below in the description as well if you want to grab some for Christmas, and check out more videos on screen here to keep on watching the awesome Cold War action, and I'll see you guys on another video.